Randy Reed, editor of the Edison Report, and we're here at the 47th Annual Lumen Awards at Chelsea Piers. And I'm joined by Claude Engel of Claude R. Engel Lighting Consultants. And Claude and his team have just won an award.
Yep.
So Claude, tell us about it.
We've won for the lighting design and controls of the spire and the beacon for One World Trade Center.
So One World Trade Center is probably the most important building in the country, if not the world, being lit. So I congratulate you on such a high-profile job.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, how long did you guys work on this job?
12 years.
12 years, so from the beginning. And how were you chosen? How did they choose you guys to do it?
It's an interesting process. David Child's right-hand man in the design of the building was Jeffrey Holmes. And the way he chose the team and all the consultants was he chose his favorite 10 skyscrapers in the world, and then he looked at who worked on those skyscrapers, and our name popped up more than other names, and that's how we got chosen.
Okay.
We'd also had worked with David Childs before.
Okay, sure. And you had lit the previous Twin Towers.
Yep, my father lit the previous Twin Towers of Minoru Yamasaki.
Okay, wow. Now, tell me about the process. It's not like your team just designs it and say, here's our design. You have to get approval from a few people. What was that like?
Well, it was a very long, drawn-out process. In fact, there were, as you know, two designs for this building. There was an original design, which then was scrapped, and they wanted one with this stone podium, this impenetrable podium. The previous one was all glass and transparent. So at one point we were working on two buildings simultaneously. We were finishing up DD on the first one and going into concept design on what you see now.
Okay.
But the design of it, I mean, there were so many mock-ups, and the technology was changing. It was pretty tour de faire, actually, in the design process.
Well, now, tell me a little bit about the dot and the dash.
Yamasaki's dream for the Twin Towers was that they would be serve as the tops of the buildings would serve as a beacon for New York City, and he wanted, ships and zeppelins and rocket ships, as my father says, to see this blinking light and know that's New York City. The signal that it emits is a dash and a dot, which is Morse code for the letter N, which stands for New York City, which is what Ambrose Light does, for ships.
I find that fascinating. Thank you and congratulations.
Bit of history, this is not a short-term project. This is definitely something that took a long time to develop and play out. Architect SOM, building owner, Port Authority of New York, building management and partial owner, Durst Organization, lighting design by Claude Engel. Claude is with us today. Interesting part about this selection process was that Claude's firm, his dad, Claude III, actually did the original towers, and they were also awarded the building here for the new One World Trade Center. The vision that Claude had and tasked the rest of the team with was to come up with a concept that actually originated back at the original building, which was a rotating beacon.